A month or two ago, someone named Poptart started commenting only Poptart online. And by internet, I mean my channel and a bunch of my friends' channels too. However, after a while, he stopped saying only Poptart and he also said Poptart, but with anything related to the text. For example, on my community post where I was talking about El Chip, he said El Poptart. He was also previously talking in a live stream that we had before. But I don't feel like reading all of that stuff because I'm tired right now. So we're just here just to find out who Poptart truly is. I will be telling you who is the most suspicious and the least suspicious to be Poptart. Now, I would like to give an honorable mention to GameSlayer and Edbra. They didn't really do anything to like. They're not like anywhere suspicious of being Poptart, but they did interact with him at some point during the saga. So, but I just wanted to like say that because at first I was gonna put them on the list, but they've really done nothing as, or if they're just like playing it all off. One of them is, I don't know. I highly doubt that though. Unless one of them is playing 4D chess with us. So in last place, aka 8th place, is what the 911. He was inside of the live stream with Poptart in it. He didn't really say much about Poptart aside from like the whole thing about it being silly or whatever. But I don't know. I just figure. I mean, he kind of should have been in the honorable mentions too, to be honest with you. But I might as well include him because I put him on my poll before. So you know, he's the least suspicious of them all. Unless if he's a huge troll, which any of them could be, so I'm not gonna say, oh, they could secretly be a huge troll. I'm not gonna use that point anymore, and that's just dumb. In 7th place is cross_corp64. He is also not that suspicious at all. I just put him on the list because, you know, I need to put people on the list. The only reason why he's lower on the list is because he directly mentioned when I put him on the poll and said that he is not that he is not Poptart, which, yeah, that by itself is not suspicious, but I don't know, I mean, he just said something about it, so why not just add him, why not just make him more suspicious than what the, but regardless, they're both not that suspicious at all. Now, in 6th place is Emotional Brat. The reason, you know, I was gonna put him on the higher spot, I was gonna put him, I mean, not higher, on a lower spot, but the only reason why I didn't is because I figured that they would have been, because they really do not like Poptart, and I feel like they're too TikTok coded to not talk the way Poptart talks too. Although I would say that she is more suspicious than Cross Corp and what the because she was absent during the stream, but she does like sleep and stuff like that. So it could be that, and also at some point during the stream, Poptart did mention the number 23, and I checked and the people's channel, and based from my knowledge, I'm pretty sure her channel was made in 2023, so take that as you will. I don't know anyone else's channel was made in 2023, but that's the only one I remember, so sorry, you're on the bottom list. I still don't find you that suspicious because of how much you hate Poptart, but you're still this low, so sorry about that. Actually, I'm not sorry, but you know. Hello, I'm here to make because I've made a severe lapse of judgment on my mistake, and Emotional Brat has confirmed to me that she does not hate Poptart, which sucks because my whole thing was me saying, oh, Emotional Brat hates Poptart, therefore she can't be Poptart. And also, she just obviously can't be Poptart because of her past evidence, and she just doesn't seem like the type of person to make a second account. But regardless, my whole point is kind of demolished now, thanks to that. Thanks a lot now, you kind of ruined it. But aside from that, yeah, that's all I gotta say. You know, I gotta like unspread my misinformation. Alright. In 5th place is Michael Afton. I was originally gonna put him much higher than Emotional Brat, but then I've realized something, that I feel like Michael is more so associated with like talking in the same way Poptart might be. I haven't necessarily seen him talk like that, but I feel like because I'll get to another reason later why, but basically I feel like Poptart originated from this one friend group, and Michael is, I'm pretty sure, is part of the friend group, so he might be part of it, and maybe that's the reason why we've barely seen him interact with Poptart, because he is secretly Poptart. I feel like he could be a big troll. Okay, I don't know why I said that. I said I wasn't gonna do that, but I don't know. He's just been too silent during the whole thing. You know what I mean? It feels like he just might. And also, I feel like with what he does, I feel like he might be possible. But to be perfectly honest, I don't really think it's him because, like I said, he's in the 5th spot. So that's my take on that. In fourth place is Afton, not to be confused with Michael Afton, whom we just talked about. I'm referring to Afton, who's just Afton from, like William Afton. All right, name out of the way. The reason why he did one time say in chat that he has made multiple alt account, but this one is not one of his. Now I do believe him that's not one of his alt account, but that is still very suspicious. I will say that. Okay, that's literally all I gotta say about that. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't really got much to add. And third place is maybe like the FNAF 3 Night Guard, where it's just a random person. I say random person because I feel like it's likely that some random person just came in to my channel and decided to always comment Poptart to me and my friends. So there's that. I mean, it could be a random person who just made a account called Poptart and then found my channel and then decided to comment Poptart and then commented to the other people and stuff like that. So there's that too. And I just remembered I forgot to add my friend, so I might as well so I'm gonna shout him out afterwards because I just forgot about him just now. I forgot. I don't know how I did that. Sorry about that, my friend. Anyways, back to random person. It could be a random person. I don't find it that likely it's a random person. To be completely fair though, the reason I really think it's number 1 or number 2, which I will get to right now. In second place is Greg Gertie. He's just a guy that just kind of came out of nowhere, and his account was kind of made like a few months ago, while the Poptart account was made 2 weeks ago. Because yes, I did actually spread misinformation. I'm sorry for not fact checking my work. It's because the Poptart comments actually came like 2 weeks ago. It feels like a month ago and 2 months ago. This is what time. Time sucks right now. Okay, I can't with time. Okay, man, okay, I'm sorry. I'm being dramatic. But that's not the point. The point is, I feel like Greg is Poptart. The reason why we've seen whenever Greg is anywhere, Poptart follows, okay? And Greg and Poptart, they speak very, very identical like. But we don't really see Greg that much. He doesn't really comment that much. I mean, sure, he could be hidden, He also during the live stream, the Eliminator thing happened, and then Greg died or whatever, and so did his son and his wife, something like that, by the Eliminator, and Greg's a ghost now, so who knows? And also, apparently Greg's in a mafia with Poptart. It's some Poptart lore that I don't feel like going into. It's about to hit 2 in the morning, and I need to get some sleep soon. This whole Poptart massacre thing's messing with me. Okay, but is it really Greg Gertie? Very, very much possible. However, there is one other guy who I very much think is Poptart, and that guy will be, insert translation, Purple Guy. Like that one dude, Purple Guy. Here's the thing about Purple Guy, okay? I feel like Purple Guy and Greg Gertie, right? They talk very, very similarly. That's because they're friends too, along with, I'm pretty sure Greg Gertie, Purple Guy, Afton, and maybe Michael Afton are all good friends, at least from what I've been told / hear. I don't know. I could be spreading misinformation about people and I'm making a video on it. So if I'm doing that, please correct me in the comments. I don't know, dude. I'm just trying to let this go. I'm just trying to make this before I forget again and procrastinate. Anyways, back to my point. Here's the thing. I've seen Purple Guy a lot and Poptart a lot with him too. And I feel like Purple Guy purposely doesn't bring Poptart with him that much. Because I feel like Poptart and Purple Guy, they interact a lot at the same time. Then again, Greg Gertie had his family thing happen. And he made like 2 different accounts. And someone else made another account for like some warlord guy or whatever. I don't know. So, I feel like Greg Gertie should have been number 1, but I feel like Purple Guy's a lot more active online, or at least his presence is much more known. Then again, Emotional Brat had a live stream, and Poptart was nowhere to be seen. and Purple Guy was in there. However, Purple Guy could just not invite Poptart in there just to make it seem like that he's not Poptart, when in reality he is indeed Poptart. Oh boy, this video is really chaotic. So what did we learn aside from me yelling at 2 in the morning about me accusing people of being a Poptart? I don't know, dude. I just feel like either Purple Guy or Greg Gertie is Poptart. You can't change my mind. It's one of those two at least. I highly doubt it's random guy, emotional brat, crosscore, or Michael Afton or Afton in general. And no, I am not Poptart. I can't make another account, so it cannot be me. I can't be Poptart. Okay, it has to be Purple Guy and Greg Gertie. There, okay. Greg Gertie and Poptart even had his own post where I'm pretty sure Poptart was in prison. I don't know, dude. I gotta go look at my notes. Hold on, let me go look at my notes. After looking at my notes, I am currently looking at 3 photos. 1, a Poptart wearing a hat with a cigarette, and that's in front of a building. 2nd, Poptart is behind those things where they measure your height and you're given a country jail inmate number. Inserted on screen after I posted online my community post on a screenshot on my computer. That way I'll be able to have it on my YouTube. That way I'll be able to have it on my CapCut. Anyways, and then the third picture is Poptart. Purple Guy said something in the comments section, but here's the thing. I forgot what it was. And the other thing is Poptart deleted. But here's the thing. Since Purple Guy commented on it, this is more evidence that he is this. Yes, he is speaking with himself in order to make it seem like he is not Poptart. But here's the thing. It's extremely easy to talk with yourself. Okay, so that is why I, Captain E.T., believe that Mr. Purple Guy is indeed the one and only Poptart on YouTube. But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching.